We have Rajiv Bajaj who's joining us on the phone line to give us the numbers on air. Hi Rajiv, good morning. If you can just take us through what the sales numbers have been this month.
It's been a good month. I'm surprised you don't have the numbers yet because we sent them off a while back, but nevertheless, year on year it has been a flat month. About 386,000 motorcycles and three-wheelers. I think for us the highlight of this month is that domestic motorcycle market share has come back now into the 20s. You would remember that it was typically at 18 and in July and August it had slipped further to 15, but that was more to do with our internal stock alignment. And by September it was up to 17, and in October it is a little over 20%, thanks I would say primarily to the new Discover. So from this point of view particularly, it was a very good month for us.
Okay. What were the exact Discover 150cc sales in this month?
I would guess about 28,000. I may be off by a bit.
Okay. What's the dealer inventory position at the moment?
The dealer inventory position is very comfortable, Lata, because in the month of September we started by carrying normal stocks, which is 4 to 5 weeks. At the end of September, in anticipation of the season, we had added about 40,000 numbers to that. And in October, we've actually reduced that by 50,000 numbers. So we are actually 10,000 lower than we were on 1st of September.
Okay. Well, Rajiv, on Dhanteras Day, or at least a couple of days after Dhanteras, we had both the HMSI management and Mr. Sunil Munjal from Hero telling us that they did some dramatic 1.65 lakhs in one case and 1.67 lakh sales in a single day. What has the tally been at your end, and has the Diwali month resulted in some market share trimming?
In October, as I said, in domestic motorcycles, we've actually come back to about 20.5%. So in that sense, there's been a nice turnaround in market share ever since the Discover was launched.
Okay. I
have to report for Dhanteras Day a very, very modest 33,000 motorcycles retailed. And let me comment on that. I think we may be confusing between two numbers. One is what is actually retailed on that day, and the second is what is delivered by dealers on that day. A lot of people who want a product, whether a bike or something else, to be given to them on the auspicious day of Dhanteras, do not actually go and buy it on that day because they are afraid there won't be any product there for them to buy. So most often it is booked for as much as 2 weeks in advance.
Okay.
And the dealers go out and then deliver that. Okay. So I suspect that Hero and HMSI, when they quote 150,000 or whatever, and one fellow said 150, the other said 165, and the first one raised it to 200,000 very quickly. So I really don't know what these numbers mean and where they're coming from.
Okay, let's talk about your own numbers then. You said 386,000 this month. That is lower than your own guidance of 400,000 that you had laid out last month. So is it that the festive season build-up has not been as strong as expected? What's the mood like on the ground?
No, I think the festive season has been as expected. It is no secret that it has not been extraordinary, but it has gone up as expected. We expected to do about 200,000 motorcycles each in September and October, and we have done that both in billing and retail terms.
Yeah.
Total motorcycles have been about 145,000 off the Platina platform, about 90,000 off the Discover platform, and about 100,000 from the Pulsar platform. So those are very good numbers. You're quite right that mathematically we are 14,000 short of 400,000, but I would say that's within the range.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you about the overall performance in the festive season. Even for Hero Motor, actually the sales is down year on year by about 6%. So clearly there is something to those 1.67 lakh numbers that were reported. But what about exports? That has been your strong point for the past several months. How much did you do in October itself?
We did close to 160,000 vehicles in exports. Again, the highest exports for any October, if I remember right. a shade lower than the 180,000
Yes.
we had been averaging the last 2 months. But I did say then that we had a special bonus in terms of a order for 20,000 Discover 125 for Sri Lanka each month for those 2 months.
Okay.
So that apart, I think we are maintaining the run rate as of now on export.
Okay. Are you facing any kind of capacity constraints, Rajiv, because of, we had lower number of working days. So were there any capacity constraints on models like the Pulsar, etc.?
The only capacity constraint we have is in terms of ideas. We can produce whatever we need to produce.
Now, that's very candid, Rajiv. Why are you scurrying for ideas at all? Are we going to expect a new launch, a new category launch?
Well, the second half of this year, we see launches, 2 launches in 2 different brands. And I will say this, one is a Platina, one is a Pulsar, all new motorcycles. And my own anticipation, I will stick my neck out and say that if we were talking in April, we should be up to a good 23% or so in terms of domestic market share. And for the next year, yes, we have, I think, a very nice, very different, very big idea. Essentially, it's a marketing idea. We think there is a segment out there for a couple of million motorcycles that doesn't have a product in the market today that is purpose-made for it. So I think that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to launch next year. And I'm very excited that it's going to really leapfrog domestic volumes and market share.
Somewhere near Siddharth's categories? Siddharth Lal's category?
No, I wouldn't do that to him. I mean, after 30 years, they're finally having a nice time. Let's not spoil their party.
You said you have a flood of ideas, Rajiv. You just told us you have a dearth of it. I mean, this looks like a huge pipeline that you have lined up.
No, we have several launches, and I must say that we have some interesting action to take place, even under the KTM motorcycles. And of course, we are looking forward in January to the launch of the quadricycle as well.
Okay.
That will be a new brand as well. So yeah, there's a few things out there.
Will it be refreshes or variants in Platina and Pulsar, or are you looking at altogether new launches?
No, these will be altogether new launches, completely new motorcycles, new engines, new frames, new styling, because I don't think, when I said we can take 20% market share up to 23% market share in a market that is almost 1 million motorcycles a month is 30,000 bikes. I don't think refreshes get you there.
Okay.
So what would the total volumes be like by the end of the fiscal? I mean, what kind of a trajectory would you see?
I would like to believe that we can get to about 220 to 225,000 motorcycles domestically, which is what would get us to 23% market share.
Okay.
Motorcycles are typically going at 130,000 motorcycles, so total motorcycles would be about 350,000.
Okay. Finally, you didn't give us your 3-wheeler number.
Oh, I didn't, did I? Okay, the total 3-wheelers, I don't know, somehow 3-wheelers not very important for me. But anyway, the total 3-wheelers close to 50,000.
Okay.
So a very nice number.
All right.
And domestically, particularly a growth of 30% year on year.
Okay. No, I just asked to complete the picture. I can see that from 2-wheelers, you straight away jumped to quadricycles. Thank you very much, Rajiv Bajaj,
Thank you both,
for joining us with all those details.